Sometimes the best roads are the ones no one else takes. And sometimes the quiet back roads have surprises you didn't expect. One night we found ourselves somewhere, a little too quiet, a little too dark. But we're here to tell a story, and that's the main thing. So we're going to Germany. But first, we have to go down a road with a line down the middle of it. We call them main roads. And just like that, we're back in Germany. Back in Germany. Just like that, we're in Germany. We're not back. We haven't been to Germany this trip.
Yes, we have.
Oh, yes, we have. Okay, so just like that, we're back in Germany. Come along. Maybe we'll find some schnitzel. So the aim is to get to Cherbourg in France without going on any major motorways or main roads, just all the back roads. You know, if you look on Google, we're trying to avoid the yellow roads. Takes a bit longer, but it's much more interesting.
And it's just amazing what you could stumble across once you tturned off the highways. Just incredible.
How amazing is this little place, eh? They've set this all up so it all moves from the water. It's neat. This is pretty exciting. We're just gonna cross the Danube, which we cycled along a few years ago. It's a great cycle ride if anyone wants to do it. It's going over the Danube now, or the Danube. So we're having a bit of trouble staying off the main roads in Germany. When I look at the map, the yellow roads are usually the main roads, but even the white roads here are quite busy. I'm just looking on the map for the really little roads, the ones that don't have a number. They just end in Strab, and that's the ones I'm choosing. But this is so much better than the main roads, isn't it? Even though it's got a white line down the middle, it's still quiet and it's countryified. The main roads are just so fast. We don't travel fast. We like being back on the roads without a centre line. It makes it feel like we're in the right place. And then things got a little scary. We found a spot to camp in a large open car park, and this is the first time I've ever felt unsafe. Just as darkness settled in, a car pulled into the lot. It drove slowly past us and left. But maybe it was nothing. A few minutes later, another car arrived, circled around and parked right next to us. The rest of the lot was wide open, so why stop there? Outside it was dark, no houses in sight, no people, just us and this weirdo sitting right outside our van door. How could we even drive off without getting out of the van? Was it even safe to get out of the van? Mike was shattered from the long day and wasn't keen to move. My gut said leave. Just as I was about to push for it, the car pulled out and disappeared into the night. I decided I wouldn't be getting any sleep at that spot, so we moved. There was another spot not too far away, just down the road near a hotel. Loud music was thumping from the hotel and the bass vibrating through the car, but at least there were a few other people around, and that made all the difference. And the next day, we were in for a treat. So just near where we camped last night, there's like this classic car show thing going on. We don't know what it is, but a lot of old cars, so I'm gonna go take a look. Mike's here somewhere, just gotta find him. There he is. Just seen one of my favourites. Look at this. Always wanted one of these. It's a split screen combi. So this is the original split screen combi. These screens here, they pop out. They pop up like this. That's why it's called a split screen. Just to let the air through. Like being on a motorbike.
That'd be good for air conditioning.
Yeah. I once had an obsession with combis. I owned one and then I got over it. Too many problems.
Halt, der sieht ganz gerade. Jetzt bitte. Sieht man nämlich, wenn man drin sitzt, dass das schief heute Morgen.
There are some very cool and unique cars here that I've never seen before. You know, usually most of the classics are American cars. These are all Mercedes, well, we're in Germany, BMWs, Ferraris. I've never seen a BMW like this before. Wonder if its indicators work. And then there was a man with a flag waving them all off. Very cool. Well, that stop turned out to be an amazing stop. It was really neat seeing all the different classic cars. I mean, European ones, the sort of ones we never see, really old ones. It was so cool. So Google keeps trying to send us on main roads, even though we've got to avoid highways. So what I have to do is just got to zoom in on the map, and I've got to look for roads without a street number. If they don't have a street number, then usually it's a good road. You've got no centre line, and it's the sort of roads we like. It's a slow way to travel, but it's much more relaxing, and you see so much more. So because Mike can't use his fancy thing to navigate because it wants to send him on main roads, I have to navigate. So this is how it goes. Turn right into Moosburgerstraat in 300 metres. I love it. We're actually in a little town called Pfeifferhausen. I just love saying the words Pfeifferhausen. So we're just driving along Hopstraat, and there's a whole lot of hops growing along here. I love how German makes so much sense. It just sounds like English to me. Look at it. There's just fields of hops for miles and miles. Very cool. It's become a bit of a skill navigating all these back roads. It's going to be funny to see the map. Mike's been putting up our daily maps on our Patreon page, but when we're finished, I'll put a map up of the whole route. You can see some of these roads we've been taking. It's probably going to be squiggling all over the place. I feel like there should be a brewery or two along here so we can stop and sample some of their beer. Although we're limited to 0 beer these days, we gave up drinking about 4 years ago as competition for a year, and then we just continued it on. I don't want to break my streak. I think half the problem I'm having with this navigation is you've got Nuremberg up here and Munich down here, and we're going through the middle, and Ingolstadt's quite big too. Everyone flocks to Munich, but just an hour's drive north is the small town of Schrobenhausen. It's smaller, quieter, and way more interesting than you might think. They're proud of their white asparagus here. There's a museum dedicated to it, and they even host an annual asparagus festival. But that's not the best part of this town. I'll show you that shortly. Good morning, welcome to another day in Germany. We're just in a small town we camped in last night. It's early, Sunday morning. Just gonna have a look around, see what's here. First stop is the toilet, which is down the steps. So in New Zealand, cigarettes are locked away in a cupboard. You're not even allowed to display them. You're not even allowed to see them. Whereas in Germany, you can just buy them from a vending machine. I actually really like getting out and exploring towns this time of day, just before all the people come. Although I don't think it's going to be a busy town. Just that peaceful morning vibe, and then you hear a motorbike or something coming through. But we're not quite early enough. The town's just starting to wake up on a Sunday morning.
City or town wall. There's no wall left, just an embankment all the way round. So let's take a walk.
Just spotted a big fancy church. Gonna go and take a look because churches are always the fanciest building in a town for some reason. I don't know why that is.
Because they got the money.
I wasn't going to say that. Looks like it's closed off, so no church for us Sunday morning. Oh well.
So Schrobenhausen was built on an old Roman road that went from Rome up to the Danube. Great big long road in Roman time. It became a settlement in about 1200s. It prospered when it was granted market rights. Towns weren't allowed to hold markets unless they were granted the right to do that. They could actually then trade, bring in trade from the surrounding areas. It didn't get bombed during the Second World War, but like a lot of the country, it suffered it during that time.
Mike, go run through those fountains. Go on. I'll get you on YouTube. Go on. Go do it. No. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's tiptoeing through the fountains. Not quite the run I was hoping for. I'll do it. I'll do it. And the best part, there's a stork hotel here. A real stork lives right at the top, keeping watch over the town. It's little surprises like this that I love the most. Good morning and welcome to another day in Germany. It's a rainy one. We just had a couple of days rest in Schrobenhausen and now we're heading on. We're just heading west, heading towards Cherbourg. And we've got 12 more days in the EU before we have to be out. So we better not muck around too much. We've actually been quite lucky on this trip. We haven't had too many rainy days. This is probably the most constant drizzle we've had on the whole trip. Well, it looks like we found the proper back roads in Germany. Let's just hope it doesn't turn into a goat track. That's usually our style. We're going over the Danube. What a neat little place. I remember this when we cycled toured through here. So we're just in the town of Munderkinden. We've got a little park over there, free park in the town, right on the banks of the Danube. We cycled through here quite a few years ago. I think it was 2011 we did that. It's a really neat little town. Come along, we'll show you. This is the mighty Danube, or the Danube in German. This is a neat town. We drove through it already. It is full of chocolate riffle, my favourite. And what's better than a chocolate ripple building? A chocolate ripple building with an overhang. And the one thing that could top that off for me is a restaurant inside serving schnitzel, but it's just got pizza. I do like Germany's style. Such a neat little tourist town, isn't it? But there's nobody here, just us. It's weird, it's quiet, it's eerie. It is Monday. Just hope we can get some schnitzel for tea. We did manage to find some schnitzel and it was delicious. Washed down with some local beer.
Welcome to another day in Germany. Today I have a slight clue of where I'm going because Joe gave me some waypoints to put into the sat-nav, but the end result is I haven't got a clue where the final destination will be.
Well, I don't know where it is either, but we just drive heading west, the general direction we want to go. What a neat little town we've just stumbled upon, eh? Wasn't expecting this. And this is why a 2-hour drive takes all day. Just taking a little walk, just in a cave. Watch out, these are a bit slippery. Oh, someone's had a campfire here by the looks. Great little place to camp, I guess. We're just taking a walk, basically for exercise more than anything else. We don't know where it goes. It's actually quite a nice walk. Ah, it's starting to rain. Don't bring a raincoat. We really should do more research. If I hadn't known this walk was so nice. It was actually about 9 kilometres all the way around in a loop. Would have been quite nice to do, but we didn't bring any water or anything. So European, isn't it? So green, and the trees are just so different to what we have at home. A lot of these little fellas on the path are a little bit creepy, aren't they? Big slugs. They look like seals. I've seen another cave up here. I'm going to have a look. I don't know if they have mountain lions here. Let's hope not. Oh, look at this one. It's a big dark one. Glass hole. Oh, okay. No, it's not that big. Be somewhere you could camp if you're hiking. If you're doing a through hike through here, it'd be perfect. The road way up there, that's the main road. They're the ones we're keeping off. Pretty cool though, we're going to go under it. Good morning and welcome to another day. Still in Germany. This is our little camping spot last night. This is a legit spot for camper vans. You can even get power if you want to pay for it. I'm just so surprised there's nobody else here. It's just us. And it has been for the last few nights. We're obviously not on the tourist trail here. We're in the Black Forest, which I would have thought would have been. There's a few spots there between the arrows for camper vans. Power over there if you want it, which we don't need it. And Bertie. So we've got 10 days left in the EU. I have actually got a couple more days up my sleeve than that, but we're going with, we've got 10 days left in the EU. At the moment, we're just cruising through the Black Forest.
It's ghetto time.
Mike says ghetto time.
10 days left on this winding road.
So the Black Forest gets its name from the dense, dark, coniferous trees, mostly spruce and fir, that historically cover the region so thickly they block out much of the sunlight. So this area is actually known for cuckoo clocks, fairy tales from the Brothers Grimm, Black Forest cake, which Mike's already mentioned, the Black Forest ghetto, and thermal spas and hiking trails. It'll be a good day for a thermal spa because it's cold, and I bet you there's a bear or two in here as well. Look how dense it is in here. Don't see any bears.
Memories fill every breath. 10 days left, no time to rest. Only 10 days left before we
Feel like we're on top of the world up here. All the clouds just hovering around us. Feels like we're driving through clouds. I think we are.
where hearts collide. Dancing through
Looks really moody, doesn't it? All the mist just hovering around the trees. Put some moody music onto this. I think it'll set the tone.
in the clouds above where whispers float. I drive through shadows where the world's forgot. The sun peeks through a soft golden thread on hills so green where wildflowers spread through the black forest where the misty veils drape like dreams over the silent trails. The leaves were so low in the gentle breeze, a symphony of nature, so free. Under the vast wide open sky,
Gone really foggy.
and beauty they come alive.
We've been saying this whole trip there's some places that must have some beautiful views, but there's nowhere to stop. Here there's loads of stopping places, but there ain't going to be no view today.
Through the black forest where the misty veils drape like dreams over the silent trails. The leaves were so low in the gentle breeze, a symphony of nature, so free. Under the vast wide open sky.
Well, we've made it onto the busy roads, but there was really no choice. We're going to go over the border soon into France. Join us in the next episode as we drive across France towards the ferry and find some surprises along the way.